Here is a question that should bother you. Why do so many people who read personal finance books, follow budgeting apps, and watch money advice videos still end up broke? Think about it. There is more free financial information available right now than at any point in human history. Thousands of books, millions of videos, entire industries built around helping people manage their money better. And yet the savings rate in most countries is near historic lows. Consumer debt is at record highs, and the majority of working adults are one unexpected expense away from a financial crisis. The information is not the problem. The systems most people are handed are the problem. You have been told to make a budget, track every dollar, cut out luxuries, stop buying coffee, and if you are disciplined enough to follow all of that, maybe someday you will get ahead. That advice sounds reasonable, but it treats money management like a willpower contest, and willpower is one of the most unreliable forces in human psychology. It runs out, it fails under stress, it collapses when life gets hard. The people who build lasting financial security do not rely on willpower. They build systems that make the right decisions automatically, so that even in their weakest moments, money is still moving in the right direction. That is what we are covering today. The actual system. Not the advice, the system. Every dollar you earn passes through a decision point the moment it hits your account. And that decision, made consciously or not, determines whether you are building wealth or consuming it. Most people let money flow like this. Salary arrives, bills get paid, groceries get bought, a few things get ordered online. Some nights out happen. And then at the end of the month, whatever is left, which is usually very little, might go into savings. This is called paying yourself last. And it is the default setting for the vast majority of working adults. Wealthy people reverse this completely. The moment money arrives, it gets divided immediately and before any spending happens at all. A fixed percentage goes to investing. A fixed amount goes to an emergency reserve. A portion covers fixed expenses. And only what remains after all of that gets spent on lifestyle. This is called paying yourself first, and the difference in outcomes over a lifetime is staggering. Think of your income like water flowing into a house. If you let it flow freely, it goes everywhere. A little here, a little there, and most of it drains away. But if you install pipes that direct the water to specific places before it spreads, savings fill up, investments grow, and what reaches your daily spending is what was always meant to be there. The goal is not to restrict your life. The goal is to make sure that wealth building happens automatically before spending decisions even enter the picture. Because when money is already spoken for before you can touch it, you adapt to living on the rest, every time, before you invest a single dollar. Before you think about the stock market or crypto or real estate or any other wealth-building vehicle, you need one thing in place: an emergency fund. This is not exciting advice. It is not going to make anyone feel inspired. But the absence of an emergency fund is the single most common reason why people who are trying to build wealth keep getting knocked back to zero. Here is what happens without one. You are doing well. You have started investing. You are building momentum. Then your car breaks down, or you lose your job, or a medical bill arrives. And because you have no liquid cash buffer, you have to raid your investments. You sell at whatever price is available. You pay taxes and penalties, and months of progress disappear in a single emergency. An emergency fund of 3 to 6 months of living expenses sitting in a separate high-yield savings account is not dead money. It is armor. It is what allows you to keep your investments untouched through every crisis life throws at you. It is what separates the people who actually build long-term wealth from the people who get close and then start over repeatedly. 3 months minimum. 6 months if your income is variable or your job is uncertain. Keep it in a high-yield savings account so it earns something while it waits. And never touch it for anything that is not a genuine emergency. Not a sale, not a vacation, not a want that feels like a need. An emergency only. You have probably heard of the 50-30-20 rule. 50% of your income goes to needs, 30% goes to wants, 20% goes to savings and investing, It is clean, it is simple, and for a lot of people, it is a reasonable starting framework. But here is how most people apply it wrong, and it costs them enormously. They treat the 20% savings allocation as the last thing they do. They spend the 50 on needs and the 30 on wants, and then they save whatever is left over and hope it reaches 20%. It almost never does, because spending expands to fill available money every single time. The correct way to use any savings rule is to take the savings percentage out first. The moment your salary hits your account, 20% leaves immediately into a savings or investment account. Automatically, before you pay a single bill, before you check your balance, before any spending decision is made. Now here's the upgrade. For anyone serious about building wealth faster, the real target is not 20%. The real target is 30% or higher. Every percentage point above 20% that you can sustainably save and invest is a compression of your timeline to financial freedom. Saving 10% might mean working until 65. Saving 30% might mean working until 50. Saving 50%, which is achievable for more people than you think if lifestyle is kept intentionally modest, can mean financial independence within 15 to 17 years from wherever you start. The math is unforgiving in both directions. Save less and time works against you. Save more and time works violently in your favor. If this is already changing how you think about your money, hit subscribe. We post a brand new video every single day covering personal finance, investing, wealth building, and the stories behind the people who got it right. It costs you nothing and it might be worth everything. Now let us keep going. Not all debt is created equal, and understanding the difference between types of debt and the order in which you should eliminate them can save you tens of thousands of dollars in years of your life. There are two methods for paying off multiple debts. The first is called the avalanche method. You list all your debts by interest rate from highest to lowest. You pay the minimum on everything except the highest interest debt. And you throw every extra dollar you have at that one until it is gone. Then you move to the next. This is mathematically optimal. It costs you the least money in total interest paid. The second method is called the snowball method. You list debts from smallest balance to largest and attack the smallest one first regardless of interest rate. When it is gone, you feel a win. You gain momentum. You roll that payment into the next debt. Psychologically, this method works better for many people because the early victories keep them motivated. The honest answer is that the best method is the one you actually stick to. A mathematically perfect strategy that you abandon after 3 months beats nothing. A slightly less optimal strategy that you follow for 3 years wins every time. But here's the non-negotiable regardless of which method you choose. High-interest consumer debt. Anything above 10% gets attacked aggressively before any serious investing begins. Paying off 22% credit card debt is a guaranteed 22% return. Nothing in the market can reliably promise you that. Clear the expensive debt first, then redirect every dollar that was going to debt payments straight into investments. That transition moment, when debt payments become investment contributions, is one of the most powerful financial pivots a person can make. Here's the single most underrated concept in all of personal finance. Automation, not budgeting, not discipline, not motivation. Automation. The reason most people fail to build wealth consistently is not that they do not want to. It is that they have to make the right financial decision over and over again. Every month, every week, sometimes every day. And eventually, life gets in the way, motivation runs low, something tempting comes along, and the money goes somewhere it was not supposed to go. Automation eliminates that problem entirely. You set it up once. And then it runs forever whether you think about it or not. Here is what a fully automated personal finance system looks like. The day your salary arrives, a fixed amount transfers automatically to your investment account. A fixed amount transfers to your emergency fund until it is fully funded. Your rent or mortgage pays automatically. Your utility bills pay automatically. Your minimum debt payments go out automatically. What remains in your spending account after all of that is your real disposable income. And you can spend every single dollar of it without guilt. because everything important has already been handled. This system works because it removes decisions, and every financial decision you do not have to make is one you cannot make wrong. Warren Buffett has said that he does not budget because he pays himself first and lives on the rest. That principle, stripped of all complexity, is what automation delivers to ordinary people. You are not Warren Buffett, but you can run the same system. Set it up this week. The 30 minutes it takes to configure automatic transfers will be worth more to your financial future than 30 years of trying to be disciplined every month. Most people measure their financial health by looking at their bank balance. Is there money in the account? Good. Is the account low? Stress. This is one of the most limiting ways to think about your finances, because your bank balance tells you almost nothing meaningful about your actual financial position. The number that actually matters is your net worth, assets minus liabilities, everything you own minus everything you owe. That single number tells you where you actually stand, and tracking it monthly is one of the most clarifying habits you can build. Your net worth goes up when you pay down debt. It goes up when your investments grow. It goes up when you buy assets that appreciate. It goes down when you take on new liabilities. It does not go up when you earn a high salary and spend all of it. This distinction changes how you think about major decisions. A person with a $150,000 salary and $200,000 in credit card and car debt has a lower net worth than a person earning $60,000 who has been quietly investing for 10 years. The income looks better. The reality is worse. Start tracking your net worth monthly. Write it down. Use a simple spreadsheet. List every asset, savings, investments, property, anything of value. List every liability, every debt, every loan balance, every amount owed. Subtract one from the other. Watch that number every month. Make decisions based on whether they move it up or down. When you shift your focus from income to net worth, you stop chasing paychecks and start building something real. That shift is one of the most important mental transitions in personal finance, and almost nobody makes it until someone shows them it exists. Personal finance is not complicated. The principles are not hidden, but they are almost never taught in a way that is honest, practical, and actually usable for ordinary people living ordinary lives. So let me give you the system in 4 steps that you can begin building this week. Step 1. Open a separate high-yield savings account and begin funding your emergency reserve. Even $50 a week builds faster than nothing, and the habit matters as much as the amount. Step 2. Automate a savings and investment transfer for the day your salary arrives. Start with whatever percentage you can manage, even 5% is a start, and increase it by 1% every 3 months until you reach 20% or beyond. Step 3. List every debt you carry and order them by interest rate. Attack the highest rate debt aggressively while paying minimums on everything else. Celebrate every debt you eliminate because each one is a chain removed. Step 4. Calculate your net worth right now. Today, write it down. Then recalculate it every single month and watch how every decision you make either grows that number or shrinks it. 4 steps. None of them require a finance degree. None of them require a high income. None of them require perfect discipline because once they are automated, discipline becomes almost irrelevant. The people who build wealth are not superhuman. They are systematic. And a system built on solid foundations, even a small one, even a slow one, will always outperform a brilliant plan that lives only in your head. If this gave you a clearer picture of what your money system should actually look like, subscribe right now. Tomorrow, we are going into the stock market and breaking down how it actually works in a way that finally makes sense. We post every single day. Everything we cover is free. And the next video might be the one that changes everything for you.